Hello and welcome back to Dickin' Around Outdoors. Today we're going to do another installment of our classic campfire cuisine, which, if you recall, are camping recipes that are designed to be primarily shelf stable, so you don't need a lot of refrigeration, so they'll require very little refrigerated items. Now today's recipe is a little bit different. It's not a classic in the sense of classic camping food, but it is a recipe that I think you'll very much like and one of my favorites when I go to a Chinese restaurant. Today we are going to make an easy Mongolian beef at camp, and we're going to do it in a 10-inch Lodge Dutch oven. Charcoals are started. Let's let those heat up, and while they're going, let's go look at what we're going to use in the recipe today. Our ingredients for today's recipe are very simple. We've got 3/4 of a pound of top round. For the vegetables, we're using sweet onion, red bell pepper, carrots, scallions. We have a little garlic over there. And in the marinade, it's going to be easy. It's going to be a little bit of Worcestershire, some soy sauce, red wine, since we know you're going to want to drink a bottle of red wine when you have this at camp. Liquid smoke. If you don't like liquid smoke, leave it out. Fresh ginger, black pepper. And we have a secret ingredient that we like that is chili crisp that we're going to put in at the end. And the one we're using today is by Fly by Jing. We've put Pam into our Dutch oven. Now this really isn't a Dutch oven recipe per se, because we're not going to put charcoal on the lid. But given that we have our Dutch oven with us at camp so that we can do other cooking, we're just going to use that. And the first order of business is simply to brown the meat for a touch. So let's let that brown. Then we'll start sauteing some vegetables. The meat is browned. We took that out. We're going to go ahead. We took that out and we actually drained the water out of the Dutch oven. We're going to go ahead now, throw in the vegetables, let those brown. Saute these for a bit. And again, this is carrots, sweet onions, red peppers, scallions. And we're just going to let those go for about 10 minutes, soften them up nicely. Then we'll toss in some garlic. And we'll get the marinade mixed up while this is cooking. We've gone about 10 minutes. The carrots have softened up a bit, but they're still crunchy. We don't really want them soft and mushy. We want to have a little bite to it. So now we're going to do our garlic for about 30 seconds, just to get that browned up. And then in goes the meat and our sauce, marinade. And then we'll put the lid on and let that cook down for a few minutes. All right, have some nice golden garlic there. Let's put the meat back in. And of course, any accumulated juices that we didn't dump out earlier. Just mix that up. And in goes the sauce. And again, the sauce was red wine, soy sauce, Worcestershire, a nice generous tablespoon of ginger, and pepper just to taste. Not everybody likes things as spicy as others. So we're going to go ahead and just mix that up a bit. And we're going to pop the lid on and let that simmer for 5 to 10 minutes while we get our rice ready. And today we're just using minute rice, brown rice. That's very easy to use at camp. We've been on for 7 minutes. This looks and smells tremendous. We've got a nice simmer going. Oh, now it is time to drop in a little of the Fly by Jing chili crisp. If you've never had chili crisp and you like spicy stuff, give it a try. It adds a big depth of flavor and a little texture. So we're just going to put in, we're going to pretend that's a tablespoon. We just don't want to overpower it. We can always add more. We're going to stir that in. Then we're going to dish some up. See how it tastes. And thanks to all of you who are watching. Clearly we're in recipe testing mode. We're on our patio. We're not at camp. We're getting ready for a big trip. We have some downtime while we're planning and packing. So we're just testing recipes for future trips, and we're coming up with some really good ones. If you haven't seen the green chili enchilada casserole that we did a week or two ago, check that out. I'll link that above. And let's give this a try. I want to give a shout out to YouTube channel Mark Kratz MC for the inspiration for this. It came out of a conversation or a comment section that we had going on one of his recent videos. So thanks for that, and check out Mark's channel. I'll link that below. Let's see how we did. That is really good. It's not thick. It's not that big, sugary, cloying stuff that you get in some of the restaurants. It's nice and light, but it's bursting with flavor. It's got a nice kick from the chili crisp. For my taste, I would even put more chili crisp in, but it's also got a good bite from the ginger. The vegetables are still firm, but they're not hard. They've got a nice crunch to them. If I were to change this recipe, I would not use the brown minute rice. It doesn't stick together like basmati or some of the others, which is probably what I would use next time. But flavor-wise, this thing's a killer. Try this at camp. I think you would love it. You don't need a Dutch oven for this. It works pretty well, but you don't need it. A nice high-sided fry pan on a camp stove would work just as well. So again, Mongolian beef at camp. It's easy and it tastes delicious. As always, thanks for joining. If you like the content, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. And take care, and we'll see you outdoors.